Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here. And she's right here. Mai's here.
Hi.
Nintendo and the Pokemon Company just had a Pokémon Presents. We went and flipping watched it, and we want to take you through everything that we found to be super duper exciting in the order that they appeared within the Presents. So we're going to start off with the final announcement, which was Pokemon Pokemon Winds and Waves, or Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves, Generation 10. Yes, there was a load of stuff beforehand. It included things like Pocopia's got a Rotom CD player.
DG Rotom.
You know, I don't know how to contain my excitement. But Gen 10 actually looks pretty good, I think.
It looks really pretty.
I'm still so nervous to say that I think it looks good, because we've been burnt so many times before, and I do feel that personally, one of the biggest problems with Scarlet and Violet was nothing to do with the performance, but was just it was just fundamentally the design. It was kind of fundamentally not amazing, like the fact that you couldn't... you can do the gyms in any order, but there's no need to, because either you're going to do something that's borderline impossible, or then you're going to come back to the first gym and it's going to be, dirt easy. But, we don't know that that's going to be the case here. But
for me, straight off the bat, it was the windmill test. The fact that they showed him a windmill, and I was thinking, Scarlet Violet!
That must have been intentional.
So good. I was like, I see what you're doing, Pokemon. I see what you're doing, Game Freak. But also for me as well, when we were watching that section, I was trying to figure out, I wonder which country this is based on. I don't know. Straight away I was like, is it potentially Thailand, because they've already done Hawaii with the Alola region, so it does look very tropical style with that, which always makes me excited whenever I see a new Pokemon game come out. Is where in the world is it based?
PC World. I haven't thought about PC World in weeks.
Oh man,
that's a good point. I hadn't actually thought about that, where it might be based. Thailand seems like a potential. It's, clearly wherever it is, it's somewhere that's relatively tropical, relatively coastal, that has a volcano that you can nip into. So that does narrow it down a bit. Yeah. But, don't get me wrong, it does look really good. And I want to be excited about it. But I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm just worried that they're going to get, the tech side of it down this time. But design-wise, it's still going to be not exciting.
You're allowed to be apprehensive, though. That's the thing. Especially as we both went through Scarlet and Violet. I don't blame you.
Well, I was apprehensive when I first saw Scarlet and Violet, I'm not going to lie. But then again, I'm a very pessimistic man, as you know.
But then again, it's 2027. It's coming out. There's still plenty of time
for
it. I'm trying to be the optimist here. For
genuinely really surprised pleasantly by that it's not just hey, it's coming out this year, December or something. It could be December 2027, which is nearly 2 years away, which is I can get behind that. I think that's actually quite good that they're not quite taking a break per se, but taking their time a bit. Yeah. What did you make of the Pikachus? Or Pikachu is the plural? I knew.
My God.
I knew.
Oh my God.
As soon as I saw that, I thought, Mai's losing her mind right now.
I was losing it. Oh God. As soon as I saw the girl Pikachu with her little dress, I was like, oh my God, that outfit. Oh, it's so cute. I swear to God, if you can dress up those Pokemon, I am going to be very happy.
It does.
Proper full outfits.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wonders if they're kind of mascots for the region or something like that, rather than, you can dress up all your Pokemon, because I feel like that would be a colossal undertaking.
What if it's a resort type thing? Because you know how you have Pokemon Concierge? Maybe it's you come to a resort and it's all Pokemon. I don't know, maybe that's why they're dressed up. I'm just pulling things out of my bag, really. But
maybe.
Yeah. But they were so cute. Oh my goodness. And there's too much cuteness to handle so far that they've announced in this Gen 10 game. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but the starters? Oh my goodness.
I noticed that we've got starters where we've yet again got a grass bird and a water lizard. The fire dog, we haven't had a fire dog before, as far as I know, in terms of a starter.
Yeah. They've changed it from Fire Cat of Lytton to that instead, because they've already had the cat grass. They had Sprigatito, so maybe they're like, let's change it to a dog this time. There you go.
Well, when they showed the back of Brout, the grass starter, I was like, that looks an awful lot like Rowlet. I bet it's not going to look like it from the front. Oh!
It was like a little canary type thing. Which cute.
Different kind of bird.
Canary.
But I still feel that there's like a lot of untapped potential. I still think personally that maybe at some point they should buck the trend and not do grass, water, fire. There are other like triangles within Pokemon that they could try.
Starter.
That would really, sort of like, when I say upset, I mean it would upset people, but like really change things up. But what is changing things up, and I'm really, really pleased, kind of sort of knew about this due to certain information that appeared online that appeared to be legitimate as far, or maybe not, we don't know. You can go underwater. It's basically, I mean, if you can't go underwater, then they are taking the Michael, frankly, with that little thing where they showed it plunging underwater, Pokemon everywhere. And I know, we've been underwater and like you could do it with Dive in Ruby and Sapphire at the very least. But, it's different when it's a 3D game. It really is, particularly with the whole sort of like Pokemon, sort of actually in the area.
I'm just excited to like just get my Misty on, Like if I decided, this playthrough, I'm going to be just a water trainer. I can go down and I usually just kind of pick whatever, like my style of, I kind of stick with my starter and then I pick up the ones along the way and just kind of stick with the same party. But I kind of like playing it up sometimes. Like this, speaking of the starters for this, I'm going fire type, which is very rare for me. I'm mostly picking it because Pom Bomb is adorable. And
it's a good name, Pom Bomb.
That's great. It's like the
just
whole...
makes me think of Pom Bomb Bomb.
I just think of well, it's like the whole Fido situation, isn't it? Like this is such a great name for a wee dug like that. But yes, I digress. But yeah, maybe you're going monotype, and imagine if I did water. I could be like Misty. I can go through the water, maybe like with my big Starmie and all that kind of jazz. Or maybe you can go underwater with Lapras. Who's to say that Lapras is just an overwater Pokemon, eh?
We don't know. It does sort of beg the question: what's going to happen when you release a Charizard underwater, if you can? Are they going to have like a protective bubble around them? Are you going to have some sort of special, like a bell tent or bell tent? A diving bell. That's it.
Yeah.
Diving bell around them or something. How are they going to handle that? Personally, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea that you can't take certain Pokemon underwater and have them out. You can have them in your party, but they're unavailable. They're incompatible with the water. I've never been opposed to that idea. And, the same water Pokemon, like, overtly on the land. Like, if it's a gym or something, then they have, an area. Gyms should be free-for-alls. You can use whatever you like. But I'm not opposed to the idea of putting some more restrictions in place.
Realistic, yeah. Although I did like what they did in Scarlet and Violet with like the little dinghies that they could stand on so you can battle in the water, like the Pokemon. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that, like on the water or something like that. But when you're underwater, that feels like a very specific thing. Also, I know the wind was blowing throughout the entire like thing, but it really was like, Pokemon waves, look at the waves, look at the water. Wind. Yeah, there's some wind.
I have an idea for that.
Oh?
Maybe they're going to go like, whatchamacallit?
I don't know.
I keep going to say Skyloft. That's not right. Basically, like in Skyward Sword.
I do.
Maybe it's going to be a bit like that, where you can take flying Pokemon and just...
It is Skyloft.
It is Skyloft! I'm doubting myself. Gee whiz.
I was thinking, what else could she be talking about?
But yeah, maybe it's going to be like that, where you can fly around on flying Pokemon, ironically flying Pokemon.
God, I'd like that,
and do it that way. That would be fantastic. Because they can only really tease one thing, at a time. They can't they got to drip feed the fans, haven't they? Maybe in the next one they'll announce that.
Maybe. But one thing that I really hope we see more of is, and we're definitely getting a glimpse of that, and this was, partially sparked by my wife sort of saying it, but she said that she was pleased to see so much more nature. And that was something that I really, really appreciated in Legends Arceus, was that it felt like you were kind of like against the elements. And I don't know if we're going to get that necessarily, but you definitely did not get that in Scarlet and Violet. It felt like kind of almost like a sort of a facsimile or a playground, sort of like, here's a sort of a safe environment. Watch out. Whoa, there's a big Pokemon over there. Ooh, better run. Whereas in...
There's a tiny one that's popped in.
whereas in...
run over.
Yeah, whereas in Arceus, they felt like a genuine threat. Sort of you got over that, but, you get a sense of fear. Where's the fear in Pokemon these days? I want more of it. And
it's a child's game, technically, but yeah.
So...
Scare all the children.
Toy Story 3 is a children's film, and it shows a lot of toys. Spoiler for a film from like 2013. A lot of... Earlier than that, maybe. Whatever. Much earlier than that. Going into an incinerator. They don't get put in the incinerator. I want to make that clear. It's not that bad.
It's the threat.
Let's not get into the never-ending story with the horse. Children's media can be frightening. Children's media can do weird stuff and still be okay for children. I think it's fine. I don't think you should treat everything for children with kid gloves, if you'll pardon the pun.
No, I agree. Otherwise, like, us, we're millennials. We got raised on, like, never-ending story, and we're fine. Mostly.
Yeah. It probably won't go that route, but even like a small, like a small sniff of something sinister, like even Giovanni of Team Rocket in the first games, he was pretty damn sinister. So I wouldn't be opposed to
Lavender Town.
Yeah, Lavender Town was pretty grim. The sort of thing, to the point that people made up stories about it. The music causing children to do terrible things. All not true, by the way. Sorry if you're a big horror fan and you thought that was real. But yeah, it's so I'm hopeful that there'll be something like that. But I am just pleased that it finally looks like. I'm just pleased it doesn't look like Scarlet and Violet. Like there's some real life in the world. It's not, it's not making me sort of leap out of my seat and go, wow. If it was 60 frames a second, I'd say, yeah, fair play. It's 30, but I suppose these days shouldn't have to be the way it is, but you got to sort of get what you can take from Game Freak and the Pokemon Company.
I completely agree with your comment about like the comparison between Scarlet and Violet and Winds and Waves. I've always felt that Scarlet and Violet always felt a little bit. I love the rolling hills, don't get me wrong, but it always felt a little bit barren and bare. Whereas
and repeated
Winds and
textures.
Winds and Waves just seems a little bit more lush, and like when you see the bit with all the jungle and like the waterfalls, it just it just looks a bit more lived in.
Yeah, more like a real environment again, rather than what I was saying before.
And it's Switch 2 only.
It is
I wasn't
not surprising,
about.
But
it's a shame. It's a shame for those who like want to stay with Switch, with the original Switch, rather than getting a Switch 2. But it is going to be coming out in a couple of years, so hopefully by then, people will be able to save up. That's what I ended up having to do. I saved up, so...
Yeah. But, at the same time, if it was being released on Switch 1 as well, it would be, the Switch 2 version would be sort of held back when we could really, really do with some sort of decent upgrade in the world of Pokemon. It's going to be really interesting because, there have been murmurs and things like that we don't know whether they're true or not, that they're finally moving on to a new engine, and the waves, the way that they were looking and everything like that, certainly attests to it, because that's the sort of thing that we haven't really seen in previous Pokemon games, and I mean the physical waves, not the version of Pokemon before anyone makes a joke in the comments. But we'll have to wait and see. I am torn between cautious optimism and reserved pessimism.
I'll be the optimist then, just to balance it out then, shall I?
Yeah, okay. It looks terrible.
I think it looks adorable and lovely.
Well,
and just
agree to disagree.
And then a windmill shows up and I'll just be like, this looks crunchy. No.
No, I think it looks good. I would say I'm more cautiously optimistic than I am pessimistic. I'm just... Sort of, it really comes down to that design, as I mentioned before. Is the game going to actually move the series forward and do something different that is, sort of more becoming of 2027, or is it going to be stuck in the past to, sort of appeal to the retro fans? I'm a retro fan. I want something new.
It's just the different elements. I mean, aside from winds and waves, that I'm mostly excited about. Like, rather than just, again, like you say, we're both retro fans. We've both grown up with the series. It'll be nice just to have something rather than just being on what I would call like the overworld. You can go below, in the water, go above, and just kind of be a bit more like it would be if it was the real life.
Yeah.
Real life of Pokemon, I should probably say. Not, I wish Pokemon were real. But,
I mean, they show obviously like going through the volcano and stuff like that, but you don't know how surface level that is, because they had a bit of that with one of the DLCs for Sword and Shield. You had like areas where you could. Oh, am I getting confused? I think I might be getting confused with Arceus. Arceus, you could go underground in like small sections, and it was always like kind of cool. It's like, oh my god, I'm actually like seamlessly, seamlessly underground, and then
Arceus.
But they didn't really do too much with it. They did a bit, but not loads. So I'd really love to see more of that. What does it say about our hopes and expectations when a big thing we want is go underground, guys? What a novel concept. I've been beaten down so hard by Pokemon. I hope this is the game to lift me back up.
I am thinking of like Tears of the Kingdom sort of style where they have the sky and below. So I'm hoping that it is going to be a little bit more populated than Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind it being a smaller map. I don't think Pokemon necessarily benefits from a huge, colossal map. I'm happy to be proven wrong by the right design and everything like that. And I want to make that clear every time I say that, I'm pessimistic about something and all that sort of thing. I don't think this is going to work. I don't that. I would always love to be proven wrong. Every single time. That's always a lovely thing. I'm not one of these people that does it for clout or anything like that. I say what I feel, and if it's negative and I'm proved wrong, then that's 2 thumbs up from me. I love that every time. But those are just our thoughts. What do you think? You've seen it. You've seen as much as we have. Did you pay as much attention? Hardly. Let us know with a comment down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you wave to that subscribe button? And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. Another wave. I'll get that sent over to you.
Yeah. Alex, we might have forgotten something, by the way. Something I've been really excited about anyway. We forgot about Gale of Darkness. It's finally announced.
That's like the only thing that appeals to millennials like us in the rest of the thing.
I know. We've been distracted by oh god.
I'm still recording. You can put this in at the end if you like.
Sure, why not? Oh no.